Okay, so let's set up our reference in 3ds Max. So first, we need our references within or organized in a separate reference folder that is also within our project or subject folder. Then let's view these files as a list, and let's include the dimensions in the details list. Okay, so here I will follow the measurements that are mentioned in the dimensions here. Okay, so that when we create, it will be precise. The next thing is in 3ds Max, I'll press Alt W so that I can go to the front view, and from here in the front view I will start creating the references. So first I will create the plane. I'll just go here at the create, there's a list plane, I'll just click and drag. I have created a plane, and then I'll just go to the modify panel to edit it. In the modify panel I can edit the name. So let's say I'll name this top or bottom, and then I'll just go back to the folder and then look at the dimensions of the bottom. It's 141. That means the first numbers are always the width. So this is 141 width, 413 on length. So I'll just type in here 141 width, 413 on length, and then I'll remove the segments. We don't need the segments here, so tab 1 segments each. Next, now that I have this created, the bottom reference, I will just press W for move tool, and I will start copying or duplicating this plane. I'll hold shift and I'll drag along the x-axis, shift, drag along. There it is. I will set it to copy, and I will be needing 5 more because there are 6 references for the setup. So here I'll just type in 5, I'll press OK, and now I have 5 references. I'll just select these and I'll change the color to white so that you can see them even if they're not selected. Okay, so now that we have this, the next thing that I will do is I will select the second one. The second one, I'll look at the reference. It's front and back, so they have the same measurement, 171, 141. So these are smaller references. So I'll just name this. This is going to be front, and then this is going to be with 117 and 141. So it's a smaller. I'll just select the next one and delete it, hold shift and drag this, and I'll just name this back. It's for the back reference. And then the next one, the measurement or the reference is here. That's the whole reference, and this one is the side. So I can copy, or I'll just type it in. I'll just name this side 01, and then the measurement is 413, 141. So I'll have the width 413 and set the length 141. So it's landscape in orientation. I'll just select these and then move these here. Now I can just copy, and I'll set this to size 02, press OK, and then I can delete this next one because this one is going to be named the top. So now I have completed all of my references, right? I have them all completed. Let's just arrange it a bit. So the next thing is I will press F3, F4. F3, F4 will give me a solid view of the plane that I have. Now, after having that, I'll go back to the reference folder. I'll just restore it or resize it so that I can see both the windows of the viewport and of the folder. because what I'll do next is I will drag this in accordance to the planes that I have measured earlier. So I'll click this bottom, drag it here, front, drag it here, and then rear or back, drag it here. This is going to be the reference. This is side 1, drag there, side 2, drag there, and then the top. I'll close this. So now I have all of the reference ready, looking at the perspective. So what I'll do next, I'll just align them. I'll select all of these references, and then I'll press W for move tool, which is already here, and then I'll just type in 0, tab 0, tab 0. So this is now at the center of the 3D space. Now it's time to reorient or arrange them accordingly. So all of the sides are going to the sides also. So for example, this reference, since it's facing that way, it will go that side. Also here, I'll just drag this here to this side. Next, this is the top reference, and it should be lying down. So I'll just go to the perspective view this time, and then I will just press E and press A for angle snap, and I'll rotate this 90 degrees there. W for move tool, and then I'll just drag it downwards so they also go their opposite sides. I'll select this bottom here, and then I will just type in, I'll just rotate it once more there. W, I'll drag it up, but I will make the bottom view looking downwards, so I'll just rotate this here, something like that, 180 degrees facing down there. Next, I will have these guns also face inwards, so here 90 degrees. These sides are going to be facing inwards also here. Next, the back will be going to the front, and then I will have it also facing inwards or at the reverse view. That's going to be 180 degrees. And then I'll select this. I'll just push it to the back. So checking the work. So all of them are now facing inwards and are away from the center. I can press G. I can drag this a little bit. It's too low there. Now the next thing is I will select all of these references. I will just press right click, and then I will choose object properties so that I can freeze them so they will not be selectable anymore. And then I will just uncheck the show frozen in gray so they will not appear gray when they are frozen. And then I will just click this back face cull so that I will not be seeing polygons at the front of the camera. And then I'll just press OK. And then from there, you will be able to see them when the camera is facing them. So that means when I press Alt W here, if I press F3, F4, I will only see the left side if I'm at the left view camera. Let me press G to turn off the grid there. Or if I press F for front view, there it is, there's the front view. If I press T for top, there it is, T for top. So I have set the references for my 3ds Max work. I'll go to File, Save. I'll just copy my address on the desktop. There it is. So I'll just name this in the modeling folder. This is going to be my plate 01. Overwriting that. Plate 01. Save. No. Why is it there? Then save. And then I'll just save a backup file, save as, and then I'll just go to the backups, and then I'll name this reference setup. This is going to be shotgun BP, and then I'll just save it. So that's how you set up references in 3ds Max, and also saving backups.